Hi, Taina. It's nice to meet
Hello, nice to meet you as well.
and just so that we can get acquainted here with each other. Um, I just want to make sure before we do start getting to know each other a little bit better. Um, as far as the confidentiality agreement, did you have any questions for me in regards to that?
Um, no, it was pretty clear. I understood everything that was on there.
Okay, and I just want to make sure that with that confidentiality agreement, I don't want you to feel like you have to hold anything back. Feel free. This is a safe zone that we can speak and you can be yourself. And anything that you may be holding on to, you can be free here to let it out and just be yourself and express yourself freely. I do want to make sure that you understand, though, that if you're hurting yourself or hurting someone else or plan to, that is something that will break our confidentiality agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. And with that now being cleared and out of the way, I was able to go through your intake form, and I do see here that you have been struggling with feelings of depression.
Yeah, yeah, so that's the problem that I've been facing. Just a lot of depressive thoughts and thoughts of despair where I just had this persistent sadness and like feeling of being empty where there's nothing that could fill me up. There's nothing that I feel couldn't give me happiness. Um, Especially like things that gave me happiness in the past or gave me joy in the past. I've lost all interest in those activities. I no longer want to really hang out with my friends or go on go out for a walk. I kind of just want to stay in my room and it's just yeah, it's just this feeling of emptiness and like I'm in a dark tunnel and I have no way out and I'm just lost. And so yeah, that's why I decided to come here because it's kind of like a final like I'm kind of at my um final wit, if that makes sense, where I just don't know what else to do anymore. It's kind of just overtaken my life and I just need the help to overcome it. And I know therapy could be that step for me, or I'm hoping that it could be that step for me.
And thank you for sharing that with me. Uh, Taking the step to make the appointment, taking the step to realize, no, I need to take a hold of my life back so I can enjoy those things that I used to enjoy before. That is a sense of hope because you know that is possible. So that hope is already there. You already started to put in the work. And so that's something that I'm thankful for you
Yeah.
taking the time to be here with me today and being vulnerable and being honest with me as well. Is there something that may have brought that feeling of despair or change in your life?
Yeah, I think it's been brought on by just I don't feel happy in my situation where just being in the position that I am with work, I thought I would have been farther along in my career. I want to be um I want to be this teacher, but instead, like I feel like I'm not advancing as my other peers are advancing in their career. Um, I kind of just feel stuck, and with being stuck, it just gives me back in those thoughts of like I don't know, I can't do anything. I'm just sad, and I can't get out of this rut. Um, and I also think not only my position in my life that's making me feel depressed, but I also think um, just me struggling with finding relationship with other people. Um, because since I'm always stuck at home or busy or working, I'm having trouble finding relationship with other people that's actually meaningful, where I can share these feelings with them. Um, I have a lot of people around me, but I feel like I can't really open up to them, if that makes sense. It's like it's not meaningful relationships, and I think that's a part of why I'm feeling so sad too, because I don't have people that I can truly rely on, that I can share these things with. So yeah, it's just being stuck in my job where I feel like I'm not advancing, and I'm not advancing in life, and also not having the proper relationships that surround me that I can actually share my problems with.
Okay, and I am hearing you here. I'm hearing that you long for those meaningful
Yeah.
relationships, not just because I do see here in your intake form, and as I was reading through it before we met, that you have a great relationship with your parents, you have a great relationship with your siblings, you have good friends. But is there a feeling of maybe shame or guilt that's keeping you from being yourself with them?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I grew up in an environment where everything has to be perfect, and when things are not perfect, it's kind of you're kind of looked down upon. So I don't want to share with my family and with my siblings, with my parents and with my siblings, because I don't want to be looked down upon. So even though I have a good relationship with them, I'm not able to share with them, if that makes sense. And therefore, it gets me into this kind of stuck position where I can't express myself in the way that I should be able to. And also, I also don't like putting burdens on other people too. So when I do have these feelings of depression, I don't want to burden my relationship with others and then make it turn into a bad relationship. I want to keep these good relationships. So that's another aspect of it too. I don't want to have any conflict with anybody. So I kind of just keep it to myself and let it harbor and just sit.
Okay, so what I'm hearing, and also from um, the intake form, I saw that you take on the responsibility of keeping others happy.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you're telling me, that's causing an internal conflict within you because in keeping everybody happy around you, you're not happy.
Yeah.
And it's stealing away that joy and that peace that you used to be able to enjoy. And with that, it's that's a hard responsibility to take on as a person, especially when you have great relationships that you could be enjoying to the fullest. And is there something within that you would like to set a goal together? We've talked about your job. We've talked about your relationships with your siblings, with your parents, with your friends. What type of goals would you like to set together that we could work on?
Yeah. So I would like to have the goal of, I know this is like so cliche, but I just want to be happy. Um, So when it comes to my job, I just want to be satisfied in where I am and not want to long for um, want to long for the future, but just enjoy what I have right now and be happy with it. And what with my relationships, when it comes to my family, my friends, I want to be able to rely on them more and be able to just share with them as well, and know that they are here for me. Like you said, I do have these good relationships, but I want to be able to actually share with them my problems and not be scared of the outcome that that sharing that side of me um, will entail. So yeah, I think those are my goals. My primary goals is just to be happy with the life that I have right now, and also be able to share with my friends and family that are around me.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Let's say if overnight, and we believe in miracles. So
Yeah.
let's say a miracle happened and you woke up tomorrow morning and you no longer feel depressed.
Yeah.
What would you notice changed in a way of your daily life that the depression is now gone?
Mm-hmm. Uh, I would notice that my depression is gone because I would have this new joy in life. I would want to get out of bed first and foremost. I'm usually stuck in bed, and only get out for if I really have to, like for work. But I would want to get out of bed. Want to go talk to my friends or be with my friends. Want to go out for dinners. Want to go out for even like church services. Sometimes I'm just stuck in my room and kind of just in my head and kind of just, yeah, I'm just stuck in this despair, this isolation. So that would be a big sign for me that I know depression has left me if I'm not no longer isolating and I'm doing the things that I once loved and once found happiness and joy from too.
Okay, thank you. So, and with that, you've come up with these things that you would like to take place so that you could find that joy and that happiness again. Um, and just being able to acknowledge that it's a big step and wanting to realize that you want that to change. It's a big step forward. And you did mention about your job. So with your job, you say you get up because you have to go to work. So within your job, what is a goal that we could aim for when it comes to your job?
Hmm. I would say a goal for my job. Um, I think just find the happy moments in my job, the happy moments that I have because I do love the people that I work with and I do love what I'm doing at my job. It's just maybe not to compare myself um, towards to my peers and seeing what they do and what they accomplish and just be satisfied in the position that I'm in with my job.
Yes, thank you. And that's definitely an achievable goal
Yeah.
that we could work together with in our upcoming sessions that we can aim for. So let me ask you another question just to get a better idea of how we're going to attain those goals and aim for those goals and work on those goals. Um, as of now, within the last um, 2 weeks leading up to our session, if you can rate your feeling of depression or in despair from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, how have you been feeling?
Um, 10 being the worst, I would say I feel I'm at a 8.
Okay. And so with that, what would be a goal for you to bring that 8 to what number, you think?
Um, maybe to a 3.
Okay. And we can work on that and we can reach that, just you being here, working with me, expressing yourself and being vulnerable and giving me ideas to reach the goals that you hope to attain here. Because in your intake form, I did see here that you fear that counseling will not help with depression. And just from our first session, how do you feel in regards to that statement?
Yeah. Um, I think I believed that beforehand because of all the stigmatism that or yeah, that was upon therapy, like especially like growing up in the church, like we should just help ourselves kind of or like let God help us. But after this meeting, I think that it's possible that it can help me and it will help me as I move further along, and just being able to express myself openly as well, I think will be a big benefit to me. So I think counseling could be the solution to my problems.
Yes, and I'm very hopeful with that
Yeah.
for you as well. I think that that's something that we can definitely work on together, and most importantly, with God,
Yeah.
and that is definitely a goal that can be reached. You did mention that you would struggle getting out of bed. I do want to leave you with just a small homework that can help you make that task a little bit easier for you. I'm not sure if you read your Bible in the mornings or in the evenings or at all. That's between your relationship with God, but that's something that we can completely, all of us, improve. Um, the homework that I would like to leave you with would be, to have your Bible on your nightstand close to your bed. So in the morning, instead of dreading getting out of bed, before you even think of anything, just extend your hand and reach for your Bible, and maybe leave it in a verse that you enjoy reading and that gives you hope and encouragement. If you need some verses, I can also send some for you. So you just let me know. I don't mind doing that at all. But that way, in the mornings, instead of allowing those thoughts to take over your morning, stop the negative thoughts and just reach for your Bible and read that verse. It doesn't have to be an hour or even 10 minutes, just 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you let me know next week how that affects the rest of your morning, the rest of your day, and you'll see maybe even change the rest of your entire week until we meet again. And just to do a recap of, or a quick summary of everything that we went through over today, um, we went over the agreement of confidentiality. And I do thank you for being vulnerable today. And I hope that you feel that this is a safe place where you can be yourself. You don't have to be perfect here, just be yourself. We went over the feelings of despair and depression that you've been struggling with, and the goals that you would like to attain in your position at work, in your relationship with your parents and your siblings and your friendships, that you want to be able to enjoy all those relationships again. And with your fear of this sessions not working, I am hopeful and thankful that you don't feel that anymore. And I hope that as we continue, you will begin to see, even starting the rest of today, you begin to see that there is change taking place already in your mind and in your heart, with just the hope that things are going to change.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. Was there anything, did you have any questions for me or anything that you wanted to add?
No questions. I'm just really hopeful um for our sessions together, and I think that a positive outcome is to be had. So
Thank you, thank you. And I am hopeful for that as well. I'm hopeful
yeah,
for that for you, and I know that you can accomplish that.
yeah.
You have a great day, Taina, and it was great to meet you.
Thank you.